Hello, it's Tammy Gingro coming to you with an Egyptian tarot reading for the full moon in Scorpio. I stopped recording these videos for a while. I wasn't sure if it was really serving my highest end or if it was something that I really wanted to focus on professionally. And this reading has literally blown me away to the point that I must share this full moon Celtic cross ancient Egyptian tarot reading. And I'm just going to do a very encapsulated short reading, but I am going to read one of the cards from a guidebook for the Crowley deck. So um, we have in the first position the Queen of Pentacles. She represents Capricorn, the zodiac sign of Capricorn. This is the energy of you and I. No, actually, this is our situation, the energy of this full moon cycle, which is at least 4 weeks. But remember, there is so much transformational energy right now. This queen has everything that she needs. She moves her purposes forward. She's looking over her shoulder at a barren past, but she's seated in a lush garden. Her crystal tipped wand is drawing in the energy of the cosmos, just like the spirals of her ram's horns are connecting her to the cosmos, to our intuition. Her dress is made of, it looks like a mermaid scales of gold coins. She's holding a sphere. So a pentacle is not only a coin, but it can be an energetic sphere. And Capricorn is the sea goat. So we see the goat also at her side, which represents determination. I am Capricorn sun, so I fully understand the determination of that sea goat that will climb the mountain carrying a boulder if need be and reach the goal one way or another. This is an incredibly powerful card to have as the basic energy of the situation. It means that now is the time to manifest what we are here to manifest. In in my belief system, and one of the things that I'm personally focused on is literally birthing the new aeon. That is the name of a nonprofit organization that we've recently created and a community that we're working to build, a regenerative community in the Laurel Highlands of Pennsylvania. But I know people all over the world are working to create intentional, decentralized, regenerative communities where we are sovereign. We create food sovereignty, create our own economies, harness our power regeneratively. So, this entire reading I know is asking us to find the courage to think outside the box, to do what many people will tell you is unattainable or not doable. It is possible, and we are supported now. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, the modern ruler of Scorpio. Mars and Pluto co rule Scorpio. We have the sun in Taurus, and Taurus is that fixed earth sign, that very stubborn sign. And Uranus, unexpected change, is also very active this week. So it is a week to really allow for emotions to pour through. You may find yourself wanting or needing to cry, to weep, but it is also a profound time to let go of what is no longer serving, to die blissfully. We can rebirth by choice, with intention, with bliss, again and again and again. The card in the second position, furthering the energies of the Queen of Pentacles, is the Three of Wands. This is a very active card, a very powerful card for creation. This card is the sun in Aries, and the sun has just recently, in the last couple of weeks, transitioned from Aries into Taurus. It was an incredibly powerful Aries season as we had Neptune move hours after the new moon was exact to 0 degrees of Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, the sign of new beginnings, the fire sign of youthful energy and the power to move forward what it is that we're manifesting. This is such a brilliant, beautiful, you can just feel it feels happy, positive, and powerful. And I will share an intention. This is from the Mirror of the Soul book. The Crowley Tarot, I could spend my entire lifetime studying. It wasn't I had the deck for years before I had the book. And when I got the book, I realized I could create a doctorate around understanding the book. And that was the first time that I wanted to become a tarot reader. So this book um, provides a more clear, concise, positive. Crowley often presents more of the shadow side of the cards, and Gerd Ziegler gives a beautiful version. So this says the affirmation, should you choose it, I have the power and virtue to reflect and know. And this is asking us to trust ourselves, to trust our intuition, to reconnect to our intuition. So if you would just imagine for a moment your pineal gland, which looks like a pine cone near the stem of your brain, replaced with a brilliant diamond. Decalcify energetically your pineal gland, and that is the connection, the literal physical connection to our third eye, to our intuition, letting your higher self come in and just trust and know. The card in the third position, our conscious thoughts, is our second queen. This is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles is the earth element. Now we have the Queen of Wands, the fire element. I mean, is there any more capable figure? Look at her, seated on her throne of fire, with rays of fire for her crown. She is petting the leopard, the tiger of fear that was once biting the princess's ankles. There's a theory in Chinese or Japanese that the tiger of fear is biting at your ankles. She has tamed the tiger of fear. I have learned, not that I have mastered it, but I have learned that fear is no thing. Fear is only in our minds. 99% of what we fear is either something in the past that we cannot control or change, or it is an unknown. And we create this monster sometimes, like think of a child with the monster under the bed or the monster in the closet. Like we create and we hold ourselves back. I personally fear success, love, and acceptance. And I have prevented myself from moving forward, from serving others, from um, there's a word that's escaping, from making an impact in human health and wellness because of these fears. But I choose now, this day, to embody this Queen of Wands and tame this tiger of fear and move forward regardless of what anyone might think of me, and just be unapologetically passionate as I am about holistic health, sustainability, and show up and be visible. This is a call for all of us to be visible. I am working to create an online summit, I believe June 13th. It's called Visible, See or Be Seen. And it is literally time for us to be visible, to make that impact. You'll see really quickly why I'm blown away. The fourth card, representing our unconscious thoughts, is the third queen, the Queen of Cups, the watery element. She is absolutely beautiful. She's she's standing on a calm, clear, reflective pool, and you can't even really see her. You can only see the essence of her, the swirling, beautiful reflections. And remember, this is the watery Scorpio full moon. Um, she is absolutely brilliant and beautiful. And I want to read just a little bit from the book about the Queen of Cups. The queens represent the watery aspect. So the Queen of Pentacles is the watery aspect of earth. The Queen of Wands is the watery aspect of fire. Here we have the watery aspect of water. So in this Scorpio new moon, we're giving the watery aspects of all of the elements, invited to dive in to the waters of ourselves. Remember, we are 70 to 80% water. And this represents as above, so below. Emotions shown openly, no need to hide or conceal your emotions. Until recently, we weren't taught emotional maturity. We were taught to hide our emotions, to stifle our emotions, especially the masculine. We're taught to be tough, to stifle your emotions. But now it's time to wear them on our sleeves, to share them intelligently with one another. It is a way that we can relate with one another, to be vulnerable. Um, she represents motherhood, which we already talked about. It's just the day after Mother's Day, and I shared how I wept for mothers and all the aspects of motherhood and emotional integrity. And the queen's form is enclosed in light beams, so you only see her if you look closely. Her being cannot be understood intellectually, nor should we be leading with the ego mind. It is time, as in yoga, the second sutra in yoga is Yoga Chitta Vritta Nirodha. Let us cease the fluctuations of our mind. Let us filter the mind through the heart and lead with the heart. I'm calling forth all like-hearted souls to step up to make an impact in your community. She's shrouded in mystery, and if you wish to comprehend the mystery, even the mystery of yourself, you will have to go deeply into the realm of mystery, sensitivity, and feeling. The affirmation, should you choose it: my openness and vitality makes me beautiful. It is time to truly embrace your beauty inside and out. Practice self-love. Get naked and gaze in the mirror and pour love on yourself in the energies of this full moon. It's my invitation to you. The energy representing the past influences. We have the Six of Cups, which is the card of pleasure. Pleasure, pleasure. It is our duty to understand what gives us pleasure. Pleasure yourself. I won't go into detail, but find myriad ways to pleasure yourself. I will go into detail. It could be an Epsom salt bath with a sensual self massage with rose scented oil, rose water, candles. Get naked in the candlelight and love on your body. Massage your abdomen, whether you love your abdomen, whether you think it's too big or too many stretch marks or whatever you may think about your abdomen. I invite you to massage your abdomen, to love your abdomen, whether you're embodied in a masculine or feminine body. Honor the sacred womb space, honor the cosmic womb, honor the womb that you came into this body through, and honor the ability to go back into the womb in a shamanic journey and heal from what you experienced in the womb. In the 40th day in the womb, we take on the fears of our mother, and that goes back 7 generations. Let's consciously abolish those fears together. Let's tame the tiger of fear. Let's show up unapologetically. Let's reach out to someone else that we've maybe even had an issue with and tell them we love them. Let's call 3 people that we haven't talked to in a while and tell them we love them. Let's prepare a meal or some kind of a gift for someone who's in the hospital or suffering and show our love. These are myriad ways that you can pour love onto yourself. Take a day off and go out in nature. Whatever you can think of, comment in the comments, please. Share more ways that I haven't thought of, how you can love on yourself and love on another in the energy of this full moon, which is taking us at least the next 4 weeks. Maybe every day commit an act of self-love and get really creative about it. And please comment, please message me. I want to know what you're doing. Here's the card that for me was like, bam. And the card that I want to read to you, the Hanged Man. This is the energy taking us forward. This card is incredibly profound. Just, I'm going to be silent and allow you to see what your intuition gifts you from the symbolism of this card. Notice the coiled serpent resting in the earth beneath the Hanged Man's head. I think it's impossible not to see the symbolism of Christ nailed to the cross, but this figure also has a serpent coiled around his foot. His one foot is hanging from the ankh, symbol of renewal and regeneration. His other foot is nailed to a disc. We can see the grid behind him. This is sacred geometry. We can see the rays of the sun above, but it looks watery to me. So I'm going to read from the Gerd Ziegler Mirror of the Soul book. This card, the Hanged Man, number 12. And today is May 12th, the full moon in Scorpio. And we know that 12 is a very symbolic number as well. So the key words: congealed, end of a situation or relationship which is stuck, letting go, giving up, surrendering, learning to see in a new way the necessity of breaking through old behavior patterns. The Hanged Man is nailed upside down, a position in which the personal will is broken. The situation is a stalemate. There is no more room to move. Escape of any kind has become impossible. The serpents of transformation and wisdom lay coiled and sleeping. The Hanged Man is nailed to the wood of his petrified attitudes and viewpoints. So this is not done by anyone to us. It is our own attitudes and viewpoints that have caused us to become congealed and stuck. His eyes are closed. He is blind to all which does not fit into the closed system of his concepts. Sometimes our mind creates for us a prison in which we are unable to break free. If you ever only see one perspective, you know for certain you are missing something. There is always another perspective. Every new idea, every impulse is ignored or resisted. His head is shaved. The hair is the symbol of spiritual perception. It has been removed. The hanged man has even lost trust in his own intuition. And remember the reminders already to clear your pineal gland, to open up, to trust your intuition. All his efforts seem uncompromised. I'm sorry. All his efforts seem unpromising and doomed to failure. However, in the midst of this hopelessness, wonders can occur. The point has come at which you can no longer avoid seeing naked realities. Another reminder to get naked in front of the mirror, strip down every notion you've ever had, break it apart, tear it apart, crack open the seed of the new. There is nothing left but to face them and let them go. This form of capitulation, the giving up of willfulness and frozen ideologies, leads to far-reaching transformation. A Uranian breakthrough is highly supported right now. Uranian meaning the planet Uranus, which is very active. It leads to far-reaching transformation, breaking through any and all rigid behaviors, patterns, clearing away old rubbish, full surrender to the higher self, freedom from narrow-mindedness and dogma. One who bows willingly to the cosmic order of the universe is able to become one with the flow of the Tao. If you're not familiar with the Tao, look it up on YouTube. Taoism is a beautiful, brilliant, ancient form of spirituality and one to which I ascribe. Not my will, but thy will be done. For thy will is also mine. The great reward for deep surrender to the whole, and that is, in my opinion, unity consciousness, is a 180-degree turn. That is the invitation to all human divine beings now, is to create new earth. The world can be seen from an entirely new perspective. Indication. It is now possible for you to recognize where you are stuck and which areas of your life are congealed rather than flowing. There is nothing to do. The mere act of perceiving your reality clearly makes transformation possible. Questions. Ask yourself, in what areas of life are you stuck? Are you ready to recognize and let go of your petrified thoughts and behavior patterns? Suggestion. Draw another card for that which awaits you when you surrender. I've already done that. Affirmation. I let go and realize, follow and accept the will of the divine in my life, which reveals itself to me step by step. Don't worry, let go, trust your intuition, be open. The card that represents you and I, this is the 7th position, is so beautiful. The 9 of Cups, happiness. This is what is on the other side of that full surrender, that letting go. I just had a conversation with my mother-in-law, who I kept in the divorce. I cherish and adore her, and she was here for Mother's Day. She had a challenging marriage. She's a widow now. I have known her since I was 15 years old. That's coming up on 40 years. She has always chosen to be happy. I know because of her more than anything else that happiness is a choice. We create our own reality, even in the face of challenges. Maybe they're health challenges, maybe it's loss of someone you love, loss of something you were clinging to, loss of something that you identified as or with. You can always choose to be happy. Happiness happiness and love are choices that we make each and every day. It is up to us to choose to be happy, to choose to offer a smile to even the most cantankerous of people. Um, so I do want to read just a couple of things from the book about the Nine of Cups. This is Jupiter in Pisces, the energy of Jupiter in Pisces, which again is a water sign. We have Jupiter soon to be entering the sign of Gemini. Jupiter expands. So allow Jupiter, call upon Jupiter now under this full moon. Create for yourself, even if you're coming to this months and months later, this energy is for you now. And the invitation for you now is to create a ceremony around letting go, around self-love, and around expanding happiness and love. And when you do that for yourself, your entire world will change. I guarantee it. This card represents bliss, overflowing love, deep joy, and blessings. This moment is filled with harmony and inner joy. And if you're not seeing it, clean your glasses, clean your windows, find a new perspective. Questions. Ask yourself, where do you seek and where do you find true happiness? Suggestion. Breathe and feel. If you are alone, enjoy your solitude. If you are together with others, enjoy their presence. If you have a job to do it with silent devotion. Or quit if you don't like it. That's always an option too. Affirmation. Happiness is my natural condition. The energy flowing to us from the outside world. The card in the 8th position, one of the top 2 most beneficial cards in the deck. I would put this in the top 3, actually. The 10 of Pentacles, wealth. Having the Queen of Pentacles in the 1st position, and then the 10 of Pentacles in the energy coming to us from the outside world. We are to receive a great blessing. We are sourced. All that we need is being resourced to us and through us now. If it seems in any aspect of your life that you do not have what you need, be curious. Search, open new pathways, open your ability to receive. Have you blocked? I mean, we all have to some extent blocked what is meant for us. Anything you've ever asked of Source, Source has attempted to deliver. Abraham Hicks tells us that we have a vortex, and I believe that it is time to transfer the balance from the vortex into our bank accounts, into our purses, into our safes, into our storehouses, into our if you need tools, if you need marketing, if you need people, if you need land, if you need plants, if you need whatever it is on its way to us now. Clear out the spaces, open the containers for wealth. Maybe open a new bank account, open a new savings account, open a Bitcoin account. Take an action to be ready to receive wealth. The 10 of Discs is Mercury in Virgo. Inner and outer richness, ability to make inner wealth visible and share it with others. There's that call to being visible, vulnerable, contributing. It is in giving that we receive the most. Where can you give in greater ways? You have attracted to you everyone who is a part of your life. You have created every situation in your life. There is no more room for playing the victim. And I believe that we agreed to do the hard things before we put on these bodies. You can find the personal accountability and responsibility in that notion. And you create your own reality. The wealth in your hands is your own to do with what you like. The responsibility is yours. And you are endlessly wealthy. Ask yourself, do you know about your own inner wealth and value? Many of us, myself included, have come to transform and transmute worthlessness, lack of self-worth. I had no idea how little self-worth I had until I was in my mid-40s. And I have been working since then to know my worth, to know my value, to call into being a relationship, the type of relationship that I am worthy of, a relationship with a divine masculine in my case. And do you share it generously? So do you know about your inner wealth and do you share it generously? Here's a suggestion. On a piece of paper, write down all the qualities which constitute your inner riches. Affirmation. I am internally and externally rich and free and enjoy everything thankfully and in surrender. The way these readings weave never ceases to amaze me. We're almost there. The card in the 9th position, which represents our hopes and fears, we have the Princess of Swords. The princesses in this deck supplant the king. There's no king in the Crowley deck. There's a lot to that. The princesses are also the throne of each element. They are incredibly powerful. This is the air element, the mental realms. And you can see she is doing battle. Find the Princess of Swords here. She is the earthy aspect of air. So the princesses represent the earthy aspect of the element. So the earthy aspect of air. Out of the clouds and into clarity. Victory over moods. Again, choosing to be happy, emotionally intelligent, and rebellion. How about a love-evolution, a rebellion of love? I'm going to read a little bit of this. The Princess of Swords represents a fresh intellectual clarity which shakes everything up. Let's not be afraid to shake up, stir up, demolish the old altar, which explodes, sending clouds of smoke, rubble, and ash into the air. That's the only way that new earth, heaven on earth, can happen, is if we are willing to let go of these old paradigm ways of greed that have kept us all enslaved. This healthcare system that needs to go, the education system that's broken, those who govern who are not leaders, but self-serving subculture for their own interests. It is time for a rebellion of love, a lovolution. Every change, every inner conflict you experience sends smoke and ash, emotion and moods flying into the air. But the Princess of Swords does not allow the dust caused by the destruction of the old and useless to cloud the clarity of her vision. She uses her sword to sweep away moods and disruptive thoughts which arise. She is resolute and aggressive, dealing well with practical issues, particularly when they include contradictory or paradoxical elements. She represents an extremely rebellious person who is not to be intimidated either by the established or the sanctified. Your thoughts and vision may at times destroy holy in parentheses here, altars. That which we were told was holy is actually quite the opposite in most cases. Don't let yourself be buried by the flying debris, and don't allow your moods to take hold of you. Remain true to your real ideals. Ask yourself, what old altars are present in your surroundings in your life? And have you the courage to destroy them? And the affirmation, my rebellion is positive, constructive, and creative. Now, I think this was the most mind-blowing part of this reading. We have already seen the Queen of Pentacles, the watery part of Earth, in the first position, the basic situation. We have seen the Queen of Wands in our conscious thoughts, the watery part of fire. We have seen the Queen of Cups, the watery part of water in our unconscious thoughts. And now for our outcome, this has never before happened for me. In one of these Celtic Cross readings, we have all four queens, Divine Mother God, fully restored in the heart mind of all human star seeds, all awakening humans. Mother God restored to her rightful place. All four queens are here. And this queen in the outcome is not to be trifled with. She is the watery part of air. She sits on a throne of clouds, bare-chested, with wings behind her, wings crowning her, the head of a child crowning her, and the freshly severed head of a bearded man representing the patriarchy, the old outworn systems. In her right hand and in her left hand, she bears her sword. And doesn't she look satiated? And I will read a little bit from the Queen of Swords. Cutting through old masks, unveiling our radiance. Cutting through our old masks and roles. Are there roles that you have taken on to please others in your life that are no longer serving you? Rational, intellectual, logical, and objective. Those are the qualities of this queen. Rational, logical, intellectual, and objective. Setting aside your masks, renouncing the security offered by playing familiar roles means the voluntary giving up of habitual defense mechanisms. Hello, freedom! By using the sword of penetrating insight, you come to recognize the masks that you wear that not only protect and camouflage, but also separate you from yourself and others. Energetic cutting through your masks liberates you And the Queen of Swords leads you out of the surrounding clouds and into clarity and openness. This is a time with Jupiter soon to be entering Gemini, the air element, the most intellectual of all the signs, also representing duality with the twins. This is a time for newfound clarity. The crystals behind her head symbolize symbols of new clarity, support the head of a child. Behind the discarded masks are revealed a natural, childlike image that is now free, an invitation to reconnect or connect again with your inner child. Allow your inner child to express what he, she needs. Pour love on your inner child and never put her away or him away again. He, she must be prepared to let the masks drop and may not allow him, herself, ourselves to become entangled in the emotional complexities of a situation. And only in this way do we earn real trust or retain real capability to offer healing and helpful in a helpful environment. So the indications: you're in a process of separating yourself more and more from old roles and behavior patterns. And this may bring painful experiences with it, but it's worth it to move through those painful experiences to emotional intelligence and intellectual clarity and a unified heart mind. The clarity that you gain frees yourself and others. Ask yourself, what are the roles you most easily and most often hide behind? And are you ready to drop them once for all? Suggestion: observe yourself in your different roles. Some you will continue to play, but now with more awareness. You will play them until you no longer identify yourself with them. And your affirmation: my only duty in my life is to remain true to myself. Now, I have two extra cards that I'm not going to go into great detail, but they're both major arcana cards. The reason I have two is the way that I do the shuffling. I end up dividing the deck into three piles, choosing the one that is most relevant for us now for the reading. And this is the bottom of the deck for that pile, and it is the Aeon. I'm just going to let you breathe this in and use your own intuition to feel the symbolism. This card is the reason for the name of our community and our nonprofit, New Aeon. I made that word up. It's NU, capital AEON, one word, representing the new Aeon, the new earth that you and I are birthing. I will only just read the key words from this book about this card, which is, by the way, card number 20. Highly discriminating or discerning, open to criticism and critical self-analysis. God is the unknown, the mysterious. The more I know that I don't know, the closer I am to the divine. But I believe that we are divine. We are divine humans and we are one with God. And then the bottom of the deck, which was the pile that I did not choose out of the three piles, we have again ultimate divine feminine fecundity, the high priestess, card number 2. And she represents divine feminine and divine masculine in complete harmony. Above the bow at her waist, she is feminine. Below the bow, she is masculine. And she is concealed by sheets of light, rays of light. open to receive abundance in all forms and aspects. And that brings this reading to a close. I can't thank you enough for tuning in. Please comment. I would love to hear your comments. Please share this video. Please like and subscribe. And I will put a link so that you can book your own private Celtic Cross tarot reading, should you choose. Okay, blessings and love. Bye for now.